Hello, my name is Ben Hasselback and I'm currently a junior at the University of South Florida studying health science with a goal to become an occupational therapist. Currently, my mom works at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital in Tampa, Florida. She is an occupational therapist in a special needs clinic. Having the opportunity to go to work with her throughout my life, I discovered that I have a deep passion for working with special needs children, and especially when I shadow the occupational therapist there. This is why I have chosen occupational therapy as my career because I love seeing the smile on the children's face when I help them accomplish something as simple as tying their shoe. So what exactly do occupational therapists do? Occupational therapists treat injured or disabled patients through therapeutic everyday activities. These activities can be something as small as tying their shoe or organizing a silverware drawer to something much more as setting up their wheelchair or getting dressed. They demonstrate different exercises or activities that can offer support or relief. They can also recommend equipment that would be beneficial to the patient. These equipment could range anywhere from a wheelchair to a new computer to even labeling cabinet, to a label maker so they can label cabinets if they have memory issues. Who would you interact with if you are an occupational therapist? You will always have to have patient interaction based off your specialty. For example, my specialty is working with special needs children, so I would always be around special needs children and their parents while I am performing my duties with the patient. Occupational therapy facilities, hospitals, schools, nursing homes, and home healthcare services are just some of the settings that an occupational therapist could work in. Home health services is actually where a occupational therapist will drive to the patient's house and perform the activities there if the patient cannot transport themselves or if they are used to a home setting. The occupational therapist can also make recommendations to their home to make it more easily accessible and easier to use for the patient. Depending on the patient needs, occupational therapists could work very closely with physical therapists, speech pathologist, or even the patient's primary care physician. So the daily duties of an occupational therapist are pretty simple. They observe the patient performing a specific task. They take notes of what they see and make a treatment plan that would better help them and fit their personal needs. They will then show the patient new and improved ways of achieving the goal for the specific task that they were trying to accomplish. To become an occupational therapist, you do need a lot of education. You would first need a bachelor's degree in a related field of study. I am currently going for a degree in health science. You could also do a degree in psychology, biology, or even exercise science. After you complete your bachelor's degree, you will typically need a master's program in occupational therapy. This takes around 2 years to complete and also requires 24 to 48 week externship or fellowship. Additional requirements might include 40 plus hours of working in more than one occupational therapy setting. This setting could either be in a school, a hospital, a nursing home, etc. Throughout your schooling, you will primarily want to focus on anatomy, physiology, occupational therapy, and kinesiology. To become an occupational therapist, you must obtain a state license to practice in your state of choice. All practicing occupational therapists must have passed the NBCOT, which stands for National Board for Certification in Occupational Therapy. Some states do require additional educational coursework to keep practicing in their state. The American Occupational Therapy Association is an organization that I found and that I recently signed up for to help aid my success in the field of occupational therapy. There is a lot of good information and resources available on the website to help you research if this is the right field for you and also potential job openings and positions available within companies. The one thing that I've noticed about the website is that it offers great connections between different occupational therapist companies across the US and has a great way of reaching out to you if you have any questions. In conclusion, I have decided that I would like to continue my education at the University of South Florida or the University of Denver to obtain my master's degree. I am currently shadowing at St. Joseph Children's Hospital, where I work closely with my mom and the other occupational therapists on hand and working with patients one-on-one. I've been shadowing there for a year, and I hope to continue that for another year. After I have graduated with my bachelor's degree, I am hoping that my shadowing can turn into an internship where I can put my internship credits toward my master's requirement. I've looked at applying to the University of South Florida, University of North Carolina, and Denver University as my options for my master's program. For my timeline, I have a simple 5-year solution. From January of 2019 to January of 2021, I will be shadowing at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital in Tampa, which I am currently doing. In September of 2020, I will be applying to graduate programs across the U.S., including USF, UNC, and Denver University. In December 2021, I will be graduating with my bachelor's degree in health sciences from USF. In January of 2022, a month later, I will begin my graduate studies, hopefully at USF, as that is my number one option. This is typically a 2-year program, so by January of 2024, I will be graduating from my master's program in occupational therapy. For the next 6 months until July of 2024, I will be studying rigorously to take my NBCOT exam and hopefully become a certified occupational therapist. Thank you for your time.